This headline caught my attention. It says witnesses say ex-NFL cornerback Aqib Talib started fighting. That led to brother allegedly shooting youth coach. So I'm just a casual follower of the NFL. I'm not hardcore about it. I'll watch their games casually. So I'm not an expert on the NFL like I'm about the NBA, where I just know the game inside and out. But this guy really stands out to me because I remember watching the Super Bowl several years ago when the Carolina Panthers are playing the Broncos, and I'm from North Carolina, so obviously I was rooting for the Carolina Panthers to win that game simply because, they're my home team. And I just remember just some of the dirty antics he pulled in that game. I did not like him. I thought he was just a typical troll, just annoying, stupid and punkish. There was one play, I can't remember what he did precisely, but I think he grabbed someone's helmet just and spun them around, and somehow he didn't get a major penalty for it. Just I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it might have been Cam Newton. Just he didn't get punished really for doing it. It was just a dirty play, and he just got like a slap on the wrist for that play during that game. That's what I remember. Just that game I remember really well, and he just stood out to me as a punk, just very annoying, just a typical troll. I've never liked guys who troll. Just I don't respect that. I always feel guys who are trolls tend to have mental illness. There's just something wrong with them mentally. Just you have to be a troll and to be like that 24/7. You do have a sick mind in my eyes. There are plenty of guys I feel who have a sick mind in that regard. They're just obsessed with trolling. There's some guys in the NBA who I feel that are just trolls. I'll make a video on that one of these days, but that was really my lasting image of this clown. Just and now when I read about this, it's really tragic. I saw the video actually of this. So what happened was that Akib confronted the ref or the coach. I don't know if this guy was the coach in the game, but they say he's a youth coach. So he confronted this guy over some call during a youth football game, and obviously they disagreed about it. He runs at this guy, and then he starts throwing punches at him. And then out of nowhere, his older brother, I'm just trying to look for his name. I'm just gonna say the older Talib just runs up also on this guy, and he shoots the youth coach, just shoots him. Very disgusting, just disgusting. I really just am in disgust when I see stuff like this occur during these youth games where it's just teenagers and kids playing, but it's always the parents and the older adults just losing their minds over the game. I really have no respect for that because I always feel as parents, it's your job to be a role model to your kids, to demonstrate maturity and show them how they're supposed to act as an adult, not for you to go back to being a kid or being a teenager, just having that mindset during the game. You're supposed to set the conduct level of how you're supposed to conduct yourself, at least to the younger kids who are there, and the kids who are participating in the game. And I see this a lot at these youth events, whether it's football, basketball. The parents are always acting like a damn fool. Just have some respect and have some decency. Act your age. That's what I have to say about that. It's just really disgusting. But just this guy's a clown. Another thing I just like to bring up about this is that I learned this at a young age, that you got to be careful to not get into fights in a public space. You just never know what can happen, especially if your friends or family are around, because you're putting not just yourself at risk, but you're putting their safety at risk. I remember just when I was younger, just when I would play on the basketball courts in any park, I had been in plenty of confrontations with guys, but I was always smart enough to walk away because I knew that I'm not just fighting that guy. I'm going to fight the several other guys who are with him if I throw a punch at him, and vice versa. If this guy comes at me, then several of my friends or whoever I'm with are going to jump on him, and they can create just a huge mess that can result in something tragic happening. So that's why I was always smart enough to walk away from these situations, because I knew it was just not me who's going to get impacted. It could be several other people, and something really horrible can happen. So to me, it's just disappointing when you see older people, especially guys who are above the age of 30, that have the maturity of like a 10 or 11-year-old in these situations. Just very, very stupid. Just the way that they acted in the situation. just that they didn't have the common sense to think about it just for a second. Like, my God, this is just a youth game. It has no bearing on our future or our kids' future. That they couldn't just be mentally in that moment to see that. But I'm not surprised. This guy is a clown. And according to this article, he has a history of doing stupid things, being involved in shootings. The one thing I was reading this article, I think he was scheduled to be a color commentator guy on I think Thursday Night Football. I think it might have been just, yeah, he was hired by Amazon in June to be an analyst on Thursday Night Football, which is disgraceful. I'm really disgusted how some of these networks like to hire these trolls because they believe in the shock jock factor that they can generate attention. So that's disgraceful. But then again, they reward trolling because again they're trying to get views. Still disgusting, but because of this, we have a society that's obsessed with rewarding these trolls, and so you have more copycats out there, and the cycle continues. So that's how I feel about them just hiring this clown. But still, it's really tragic. A family lost their figure. You know, I don't know if this guy was married, but if he was, a wife lost her husband. If he had kids, kids lost their father due to this dumb clown overreacting. Just that to me is just really sad. I really hope he goes to jail. I know for sure his brother's going to go to jail for shooting this guy. And there's a chance he could go to jail too because he did commit assault by running up to this guy and punching him. Maybe he'll get lucky and get out of this situation, but overall, really disgusting, you know. And I just laughed at his lawyer's statements. He definitely probably doesn't really feel remorse about this guy getting killed. His only remorse is that his older brother is going to go to jail and he possibly could be joining him. So I don't have anything else to say about this, to be honest.